Here's Matthew. Hi Matthew, you've been on your Supersport Ducati, haven't you?
I have, Rick, yes.
How much faster on your Supersport Ducati way than your V4R?
About half a second.
Is it half a second?
Yeah.
And that your Supersport Ducati is restricted to 80% throttle as well?
Yeah, and actually in the lower gears it's less than 80%.
Is it less than 80? So you're like probably 100 horsepower down, heavier wheels, and half a second quicker.
Yeah.
And how much cheaper is that bump? 15 grand?
Well, that one's second hand, so it's probably about 20 grand cheaper.
But which do you find more exciting to ride? If you're just going to do track days just for fun?
Well, my V4R wouldn't get through track days.
But let's say for the argument it could.
Okay, no, but it's more theatre. The V4R is more theatre, and it's nicer to own.
Yeah.
But probably less nice to ride.
Bit scarier.
A bit scary.
Bit scarier.
Although, yeah, I do enjoy it. It's a great bike. Actually, to be fair, I think with a bit more time, I think I'd probably end
bit
up
more
going
setup,
faster.
you could get it.
And maybe a different track as well. This is not a track setup, but
Yeah.
220 horsepower bike.
Your bike's undercover. But it looks the same, doesn't it? It's got the same colour scheme.
Yeah, exactly. I can take it off for you.
Oh, would you? That'd be lovely. So this is Matthew's V4R. He's got Mupo cartridges, Mupo shock, the Akrapovic exhaust, the other nice little bits. And this is his. This is a V2, but it's super sport spec.
Yeah. So it's got
Different ECU.
different ECU, different wiring loop, different exhaust, different dash.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Which I can switch on.
And this has been, you've had Wilf from Motor Rapido setting this up, haven't you?
Absolutely. So you have a menu that you can scroll down. Lap data, which will come up shortly. It's hugely complicated.
Yeah. Looks gangster though. That's probably why you're half a second quicker, because it just looks better.
Yeah, it's got a built-in lap timer as well. So
Yeah.
with the
And it's got a tilt switch built into the dash, doesn't it?
super mega bike.
It's got a very fancy Termignoni exhaust. Stock wheels though, stock heavy wheels at the moment. Just had a spin on Matt's British Superbike Supersport Spec Ducati V2, and quite eye-opening actually. You know, the bike wasn't set up for me, all that kind of stuff, but the engine was, I was surprised how good the engine was. Nowhere near the V4 obviously, but really, really smooth, pulls really nicely, really, really tractable. And when Matt came past me on his V4R, I just sat on his tail and just sat behind him for a lap, and even made a cheeky pass back on him into one of the right-handers. And it was just such an easy bike to ride, and you were thinking, you know, maybe I'll jump on a V2 myself, and you know, a lot cheaper to run, a lot less money to buy. But then, you know, I've just thought about it a little bit more. Like, the V4 is so exhilarating, it's so much fun. You know, if you want to get on track, get a buzz, like maybe scare yourself a little bit, that you can't beat the V4. It's a monster, it's a beast. The brakes are aggressive, the engine's aggressive, it's brutal, it's hard work, but so rewarding and so exhilarating. You're coming off that and you're like, whoa! And the V2, it can do the business, right? You know, our good friend Tom Tunstall from Motorcycle Race Parts, here's on his British Superbike Super Sport Spec Ducati V2, and he ended up 0.7 of a second quicker than me. So there you go. What are they? 90 horsepower less, similar weight, same lap times. But anyway, there you go, that's how it went. So here's a part of the lap with Matt on his BSB Supersport Spec Ducati V2. This is into turn one. Obviously, there's nothing much in it here, is it? It's just a right-hander. Remember, Matt's on the heavier wheels, I'm on the lightweight forge, and I've got a lot more power. I just don't get away from him anywhere really, and this corner's very tricky. Back up by bike is just moving around loads here, and he's just like, yeah, I'm just going to stick with you, not a problem. He's probably having quite a relaxing time on his bike. He's got a nice wide line here, and then we just get ahead of Damo. Damo's about my pace, but he doesn't know the circuit that well, so I'm going to pull away from him a little bit. He's on an RSV4 1100. And Matt's then going to just stick behind him as well, right? And then this is probably where you see a bit of a weakness of the V2, is to get past the bigger bike. You know, the bigger bike will just take a little bit more speed down the straight, so it makes it harder for him to get past. And Matt knows this circuit quite well, and so he's just getting caught up a bit behind Damo there. But still, Damo is a fast rider on a Aprilia RSV4 1100, and you can see Matt is still with him on his V2 with 80% throttle restriction. Obviously it is track sensitive, the track does suit the smaller bike, but it just gives you a little idea.